Okay, coaching techniques that we use. One thing I would recommend as a coach is for you to go and do the work on what you think sex is about. What are your own judgments of sex? And are you comfortable talking about sex? Because if you find yourself in clinical practice and you find the question, how is your sex life, uncomfortable, it's a real opportunity to go and explore that. And part of the wellness training is coming into the coaching classrooms. Bring it into the coaching classrooms. We are deep, deep believers of anything that feels uncomfortable to talk about is where the work is. That's where the juicy is. So if you feel, oh God, I can't, and this can be coming from anywhere. This can be coming from how you were brought up, the messages that you've been sent in the media, the messages that you've been sent by the people in your life, religion, and there's so many different influences when it comes to sex. And if we are able to support people to have healthy sex lives, then we have to go and look at our own sex lives and our own relationship and judgments with sex. So it's a good question to ask is, what does a healthy sex life look like for your client? It's for some people, they want to be having sex every week or every day. Some people is, I would just like to have connection once a month, for example, or even once a year. It completely depends on the client. And what does healthy look like? Is it connection? Is it intimacy? Is it bodily fluids? What is it? So that you get a real understanding of what it is that you are coaching. Like I said, sex can often be a mirror, not only for the client about what's going on with them, maybe it's their self-love, their opinion about them, or it can be a mirror to what's going on in the relationship. And I think I remember a client, I think this might have been your client, Claire, where you were doing a piece of work and she was trying to release the frustration or the issues that she had with her client. And when you were doing a piece of emotional work, I released and let go the frustration I have around my husband. And she started saying, I released and let go my husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I was like, no, I released my frustrations. And she said, she thought about it and she went, no, I actually think I want a divorce. Oh, that wasn't where all this session was
right.
going. Okay.
Let's go there. I think what can happen in coaching, because we create safe spaces, is that the idea of maybe ending a long-term relationship or having a divorce is sometimes when we're in that safe space, it could be the first place that someone can actually admit that that's what they're thinking. And one of the loveliest piece of coaching approaches that I use is, we're just talking about it. In this space, it doesn't have to go any further, because I think where people can get quite stressed out is if they actually say the D word, remember this personally,
The
is
D word.
that suddenly the divorce has got to start happening and they haven't had any time to be able to let it like filter. And so coming into a space where they're able to go, I'm thinking about this and I can't even believe I'm saying it, but I'm thinking about it. We as coaches go, okay, let's just be with that in the room. And you don't have to make any decisions now. You don't have to take any action. Let's just be with that and see how it filters, because these are big decisions. So that's one of the joy of the coaching experience. A great question. What are they using sex for? What is it for? Is it for intimacy, connection, self-expression? Is it to keep fit? I mean, what is it, so that they keep it's what they think they should do? I mean, it's always fascinating to hear the responses that come through from this, and it can take you down a very specific kind of coaching pathway. It's if someone comes in and says, I've lost my libido and I want to have more sex, I mean, we're going to be doing all of the hormone work and all of the blood sugar work, but when we come into the coaching, what do you want to use the sex for? And then that can take you down another rabbit hole. Is there unexplored trauma in the past? It has amazed me, being in clinical practice, how common sexual abuse is. It really shocked me when I first got into clinic. And so you as a coach, how do you feel about talking about that with your client? Again, if you feel really uncomfortable, get support. Get support from us, your teaching team, and in the coaching classrooms. It can also be, because it's so common, if you don't want to work with it, that's okay. This is one of the reasons that we encourage having partnerships, having people that we can refer to. We have it with the hormone work. We have functional doctors that we can refer hormone work to. We can also pass trauma on if it feels like it's something that's right for you as a coach. Oh, discuss masturbation and self-love. One of my favorite pieces of homework to give women when we are exploring self-love as a concept is to go and self-pleasure. Go and make love with yourself. How can you expect to make love with someone else when you can't make love to yourself? So often when we start to come into a real deep relationship with our bodies, then we can come into a relationship with someone
Mm.
else's. Both Claire and I have explored Tantra as an incredible self-discovery and also sexual discovery, and what we want in relationships. And so if it is something, the way you've got someone who is wanting to explore themselves sexually more, then recommending some Tantra teachers. Again, look for partnerships. Tantra can be an amazing route to go down. It's so much fun.
So much fun.
Coaching techniques, start asking the questions around how they feel about themselves. Self-image, one of our favorite little techniques to use is mirror work, which is where you ask a client to look in the mirror at themselves and their bodies, and they can do this naked. Now, it's incredible how triggering this can be for clients, and it's what it can bring up. That many people can't do it, can't take their clothes off and stand naked and look at themselves. But if that is the case, then that is the journey to go on of how can I love myself and look at myself? How can I be with myself? Because we're expecting other people to make us feel good about our bodies. That's not their job. It's our job to make us feel good about our bodies. And so what are the beliefs and values that they hold around sex and their bodies? Ultimately, sex comes down to the relationship that we have with ourselves, and it's got really nothing to do with anyone else.